Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Heal the Industry podcast. I'm your host, Ashlee Vance, and I am so excited and honored to have our special speaker with us today. This is my partner in crime, Bree. She has been my right-hand girl for as long as I can recall, and I don't care to remember before that. And she is sharing with us her transformation that she walked through from making the shift of being a booth rental stylist into a commission artist. And Bree, I'm so excited, and I know you're going to be able to speak to so many women who are in a similar place that you were in feeling like called to make that shift. And I just pray for impact, like always, right? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and talk about like how long you've been in the industry and what you specialize in, all the things.
Okay, well, I'm Bree. I am a stylist and educator for NOVA Strands and then NOVA Strands Extensions. About 10 years now. Oh my gosh. And I've been with NOVA Strands we're going on 4 years. So
Love it.
Yeah. Oh, and I specialize in extensions.
I love it. I love it so much. And you're also what has recently like changed and come up for you?
I am moving to another state. I'm moving to Colorado. So
Yes. I left her, now she's leaving me. What the heck?
Yep. Yeah, I joined Ashlee like shortly after she left. So
yes, I know. Which I'm so grateful for, guys. Like being an owner that is out of state, it takes a really special team to be able to hold down the fort, when I'm gone. And I'm just so grateful that I've had this amazing team and followed by amazing leadership that helps like hold up the NOVA Strand standards while I'm gone. It has truly been such a game changer, and I'm so grateful for that, especially like, you had just started like literally, and I was like, bye, I'm moving.
Yeah.
And now you're doing the same, which I'm so excited to get to support you in this chapter the same way that you supported me. So
thanks.
Okay, so why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about like where you were at the time when you were booth renting and you were feeling this like pull to like switch from being booth rental to commission? Like what was going on for you at that time?
Oh gosh. Well, I remember like somebody who had previously worked at the salon was like, Ashlee wanted me to ask you this. And I was like, well, like these are kind of my goals. And I think like I need to stay where I'm at right now until like these goals happen. And that never got relayed back to you. So then you personally just came to me and I was like, well, like I've been commissioned before and I've made it work. And I didn't have to like, do any of the things that you need to do as a booth renter. And then, yeah, I just like got on the phone with some people to figure out what I needed to do to make things happen. I crunched my numbers and then what Ashlee was offering me. And I was like, well, it like equals out the same. So why not?
Yeah, totally. And what would you say like specifically like the tasks and duties and things that you had to do as a booth renter that it was like, I don't want to do these things,
Yeah. One, it's like paying your rent. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to pay or go to the salon warehouses every week to get my products for the week. Definitely didn't want to be paying taxes at the end of the year, which, I still do, but it's not like I'm having to like set aside 30% of what I'm doing to pay those taxes. So,
right. Yeah. 30% on top of supplies, on top of rent. It's like a lot. And there, I feel like there's so many like things that like go into that and like having to hold that responsibility, like when it's just you, you know. And so when you decided to make that shift and like, I'm not doing this anymore, what doors like opened up for you as like a commissioned artist that you were like scared that you would like not have control over as a commissioned stylist?
Well, we had a manager that ended up leaving shortly after I switched over. And at my previous salon, I was the manager, and so I just like stepped right into that role without like being asked to, because I knew like the things still needed to get done and taken care of. So, I just felt like it was my responsibility at the time to just like step into that position, and do that without being asked. And then kind of everything fell into place after that.
Yeah. And those are all, I think, the uniqueness too, like about you is you love doing those things. Like it just is a natural ability, which isn't super like common. Or if somebody who has that, like they don't see too, like what that could potentially do, like bigger picture and growing and being a part of something that is growing, and seeing value in putting in your effort there. Because I would say like for sure, for me, having someone as a right-hand gal that like sees the vision, and it's not just me, but is willing to like put in that extra effort to like help ensure that that vision like comes to light. It's like you get to be a part of something that is what it is now, you know, which is so cool to be a part of that. Like I know for me, like when I was independent, I had such a hard time because I was like, I'm growing, I'm scaling, but I'm like doing it alone, and I'm not a part of something that is growing. And so what I found is like, it's so cool. And the uniqueness that we've done at the salon is like getting to have that like part in what is like, it's not me, it's we, right? Which is so cool. Were there any specific like pain points or stresses or responsibilities like as a renter that made you think, I don't want to carry this alone anymore?
Definitely. I mean, when I came to you and I was like, I'll do this, I was like, well, these are the things that I need. I don't even know, 26, 27 at the time. And I was like, I need health insurance and I need a 401k, because I was not contributing to either one of those at the time. And so those were definitely like stressors for me as I'm getting older. Like I need to start thinking about those things now. So.
Right. Yeah. And it's so great. Like I love being able to provide that too. Because not very many salons like get to do that or do offer that, you know? And it's so important, like when building like a career, like that those career like opportunities are available in the salon environment. So I love that. And I love that I got to like, you know, provide that for you. It's so cool. So there is a stigma in our industry that going booth rent to commission is a quote unquote step down. How did you navigate that narrative?
I just don't listen to people when it comes to that. Well, I had been like booth rent and then commission and then booth rent and like now back to commission. And if you really like actually sit down and look at your numbers, you can see that you can either make more or you can do the same. And as a commission stylist, that has like taken a step back from management and is like focusing more on education. I don't have the responsibilities that I had as a manager. So I have more free time and I don't have to like worry about inventory and all those things anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, and like I just don't listen to those people, because when you actually look at like the facts, like we're all about the facts. So when you look at the facts, it's like you're doing the same or more.
Yeah.
So without the headache of your overhead.
Totally. Or the responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot of responsibility.
yeah, like come payday, you get paid no matter what. Like, no matter what. It doesn't matter like if like taxes have gone up or utility went up or product costs went up. It doesn't matter, like, because you get your paycheck, like, no matter what. And there's like, I see like there's a sense of security and comfort when it comes to that. Wouldn't you agree?
I just think a lot of people like don't actually know how to properly run the business. They don't know how much to set aside for inventory or retail or rent, and like that is a huge stress for people. And then when they actually like look at their numbers, they're like, oh my God, I made no money this year because it all went to things that they didn't actually need.
Right. Totally. Absolutely. And like learning those like percentages and what buckets need to go into what, it's like, it is like a whole other like responsibility. Right. And what do you wish like more stylists like understood about commission salons that are currently like misunderstood?
You can still make good money. That's like all I really have to say about that. Like, ask the questions that you need to ask or feel like you need to ask. I mean, we're very open and transparent about things. So I think like if you need like somebody to talk to, our team is a great team to talk to about these things, but also just do it. Like you'll thank yourself later.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And I think, you know, for people that don't live in a state where there is a NOVA Strands, and something too, like, is when you're in an interview, like, ask questions back. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, like, we had a podcast together, you and I, a few episodes back, where I knew that you were a goal-getter. And I love that because I'm one too. And so in an interview, like asking like, what is the growth path here for me at the salon, and how often are we checking in to ensure that like I am growing like consistently with you guys? Because that is how like you like, it's important to make sure like if you're in a place and you're a commission artist and you're seeking somewhere where you can have a career, like what we have done at the salons, is like asking that question, like what are the measurables and how often are we checking in on those? And you know, having those questions asked. Like I'm sure for you, like going into a new salon in a whole different state, I'm 100% positive that you asked that question, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I did my research. Like I knew that there was room for growth. And I asked, like, I want to see the facts behind this. And they weren't afraid to show the facts. Like they told me straight up, like, these are what our stylists are doing. This is, and I said, okay, well, where am I gonna start? Because I'm not starting out as an assistant. Been in the industry for 10 years.
Yeah.
And so it was just like one of those things where you just have to be confident in like talking about these things, but also not being like a jerk about it. Like being kind, and just asking the questions. A lot of people will be okay with talking about it, and if they're not, it's a red flag.
Totally. Absolutely. Like transparency is so important, you know? So, and it is like a red flag if it's like, oh no, like you'll just come, you'll grow, don't worry. It's like, okay, I'm a little worried. Like, what are the measurables? And yeah, it's not you being like anything about it. It's just making sure, because our industry, like I remember one time I went to this education event and they were like saying like your hand, like you can only place so many foils, right, in your career. And that gave me a different perspective of like the time and energy and effort that I put into everything and how it needs to be valued, right? Because like your time spent, it's important to make sure that it's being valued when you're in a place, you know? So with making that switch, like how did you notice like your quality of life, your stress levels, and creativity like change once you return to commission?
Oh gosh. I would say, well, obviously like not having the overhead, stress is like huge. Especially like when I started with you, I had like just left a salon. I had just moved into my apartment, and so it was like extremely stressful time with finances. But not having like the overhead of that, being able to like take time off when I wanted to, I think that was like one of my non-negotiables. It's like I take these days off every year. So that was one of the things, and I still get to like take those times off. And then just being like, I don't know, open and communicating, like if I need anything is
Yeah.
like, because if I have like you to lean on, I
Mhm.
don't have that as an independent stylist. You typically don't have somebody else to lean on.
Yeah.
So that's like really helped a lot.
Totally. Like, and I love that like so much, like, because I'd been there and I wish that I had had that. It would have changed everything for me. And so that now I get to do that for you and the girls, like, because I know how it feels because I wish I would have had that. Right. And to give you guys like that support and like whatever your goals are, like, I want it for you guys. And how creating like that path and getting to like mentor you guys, like it's the best. Like it's the ultimate like joy when like I see you guys win and not have to carry that pressure by yourselves, you know. I love it so much. um okay, so now that, because like you had mentioned too, like you'd worked in a commission salon environment before, that didn't work and you decided to go booth renter, and then now you're back into commission. I feel like from that journey and what I've seen for you, like it's changed the way that you look at commission salon environments. So, and changed the way like support shows up for you now. So what does support mean to you now compared to before?
Just some like, well, one, like being in a supportive environment where like if you need help with something, or I mean, just yesterday we were working and Andy was running behind, and I just like was like, what can I do? Where can I help you? And just being able to like help somebody else when they're running behind, if you have the extra time or whatever it is really great. And then also just like having the support of like somebody that you can trust, not to take things that you say and turn them against you, because I have had that.
Yeah.
And that really sucks, but just like having somebody that has your back and knows who you are and like just really supports you and like lets you lean on them.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Like it just makes it like brings the fun back into doing hair, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you're not carrying all this like weight and burden. I mean, normally, I mean, there's always going to be weights and burdens. There just always is. Like, good luck finding something like any career that doesn't. But to know like it's a weight that you don't have to carry alone, like I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
So like now, like since, you know, 4 years ago making this decision, and then now you are moving, which is so exciting. And guys, don't worry, she's still in Nova land, so don't freak out. She's just diversifying her portfolio is the way I
Yeah.
So now, like, what goals are you now able to pursue because you no longer have to carry like the business alone? Like, what are you able to do now?
I don't know. Everything. No, I get to like spend more time at home and like be with my family and the people that I care about, which is super important, because if you know anything about me, I will work until I can't work no more.
Totally.
So
Totally. Yeah. I literally, guys, I have to like cut her off. And she has to like, if she's about to like go on a trip or she's about to like step into a season, she's like, Ashlee, don't call me upset because want to work a little bit more outside my hours. But it's just because I'm going to have this chunk of time off.
Yeah.
And it makes me like so glad to know that like you're concerned about getting in trouble for working too much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've gotten that text. Bree, why are you still at the salon? Oh, shit. I don't know.
You're like, no reason. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Oh, fine. I just love that. I love that so much because like you know, a lot of salons, it's like hustle culture and like triple book and 15-hour days and no water, no lunch, no nothing. Like, I just love that. Like, you as a commission artist get to hit your goals. You get to have a life that you desire, and you don't have to build on burnout. Like, and in fact, like burnout is just like not a non-negotiable.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely know like too now, like when I'm hitting my burnout, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta like step back and take a couple days to like regroup. But it's just knowing, you have to know your body and you have to know like what your limits are.
Yep, exactly. So if someone is listening right now and is struggling in being a booth rental stylist, like they're exhausted, they're overwhelmed, they're feeling isolated, all the things that you had said like over the course of this podcast, like what would you want them to hear from your story?
I know. Like, don't be afraid to like take that risk on yourself. I mean, you're the only person that will bet on yourself. So just do it. And don't listen to the people that will say like, oh, you're not gonna make it. Because I was told that, and here I am on a freaking podcast, on a stage in front of these people. So yeah,
I love that.
don't listen to the people.
Yeah, you just drown out the noise, you know. I remember too, I'll never forget like sitting on that white couch that we used to have at the salon, like up in the front interviewing you, and you sharing that like bit of truth like with me. And I felt like I connected with you like so much in that like moment, because I had the same thing like happen to me, is like you're doomed to fail. And I remember feeling like, why would you put that on me? That literally is so heartbreaking. And I recognized myself in you when I saw how that hit you also. And I told you from my place of certainty, because of what I had done, to tell you like that you get to prove them wrong. And it's going to such a joyous occasion. And I was so excited to be a part of that, of you proving them wrong and being on stage right next to me.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love it. Like, if anyone who's listening, like you've had somebody put their fears on you, like it says more about them than it does about you. You know, like I remember when Bree came to me months back and told me about this desire that she had to move to Colorado, right? And what that would look like. And I remember like being in that place of like preparation to like say, okay, it's going to look like da 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 da, you know, but getting to like be on the phone with you and let you know, like, my desire is to see you happy. And I want us to be in each other's worlds for as long as possible and for forever. And so to get to support you in that chapter of coming from commission to booth renter, from booth renter to commission to traveling artist and educator, right? To moving states. And now you're going to be like carrying all of these things with the capacity that you have, but you're not going to be burnt out because you've learned and recognized that the signs in your body and get to support you in all of these seasons. Like, it's just so cool. I just love seeing it so much. I feel so honored to get to be a part of this journey. And I'm just super grateful for you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey.
Totally. Okay, so how has it, I want to know too, for like how I always want to like end these podcasts, right? Is it's called Heal the Industry, right? And it's really like a broad statement, but I feel like it means something different to every guest that we have on the podcast. So my question to you is, what does Heal the Industry mean to you personally?
I mean, it means a lot of things.
Totally.
I think like the number one thing is like community over competition always. If you are a mentor, do not like put somebody down when they don't agree with you or whatever. I mean, because we all do things differently. And then as like a stylist, it's just like learning your boundaries and not pushing them, because you get sick or you have things that pop up, and it's like super important that you take care of yourself. Don't push yourself too much.
Yeah. Yes, totally. Absolutely. Like you gotta, I think that because, you know, for us in the industry, like we're caregivers, right? We love to like give to our clients. We love to make them feel better about themselves, like feel confident. Like oftentimes when people like leave the beauty industry, like they go into something like nursing or like something that still is caregiving, right? But it's like, it's so important to reverse those roles too, and like make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because if you aren't taking care of this, then you can't take care of anybody, and you can't pour into the clients like the way that you truly desire, right? So I love that. I love that so much. So I guess like my final statement is, if you could just like wave your wand over the industry and just heal one thing. I know there's so many things, but if you could just heal one thing, just bippity boppity boop, what would it be?
Right now, I think it's like supporting one another. Community over competition. I feel like that's kind of like a really big thing right now, where stylists or salon owners are just like not very kind to each other, and that's got to change. Like first and foremost, there's enough clients in this world for everybody.
Totally.
I mean,
totally.
It is what it is. We don't own people.
Totally. And I completely 100% agree. Like, you don't own clients, you don't own stylists, and ultimately, like, you don't want all clients in your chair. You don't want all stylists in your salon. Like, it's all about like attracting what is in alignment. And so I love that that's your heart, because if we could for sure, like everyone get on the same page with like that statement of community over competition, like we all rise, like everybody, you know? So I love that. I agree. I love it. Well, okay, so if our listeners want to follow you, which I know that they do, because you've got all these fun and exciting things that are happening for you in your career in this next season. I know you have so much value to give artists who have that heart of like dreaming and desiring, but maybe they're like stuck in moving and want to connect with you. Where's the best way for them to connect with you?
Right now, Instagram. Instagram's at brie.nova.strands, but I think that's going to be changing. So,
well, because she's going to be moving, right?
Yeah. So for now, it's there. When it changes, I'll make Ashlee update the notes.
Totally. I'll update the notes, and also like because she is the lead educator inside of NOVA Strands Extension Education, you can also find out what her and I are up to when it comes to all things education and all the classes that we have coming out for 2026. That is the Instagram handle Nova_Strands_Extensions on Instagram as well. Well, it's been such a joy. I love getting to talk to you any chance that I get, and now we get to share with the world your beautiful light. So thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, everybody. If you feel a calling on your heart to share something, like maybe you've experienced healing, or maybe there's a healing that you desire to see over the industry and you feel called or moved to be on the podcast and to speak your message out into our industry, I would love for the opportunity to connect with you. So how you do that is you just fill out the form to request to be on the podcast on Instagram, and the Instagram handle for that is healed_the_industry on Instagram. And so with that, I hope everybody has an amazing day, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye.